Good morning and welcome to Obie Acres. No, I ain't done many videos in a while. Farming wasn't too exciting this year. It's hard to get excited about. My yields weren't that great. The prices are getting better. Finally, I'm anxious to see when USDA opens. See what they have this. I guess the report's supposed to come out this week, but I know the yields around here are definitely way down. Everybody I talked to was beans were worse than corn, but my bean yields were down at least 10, 15, 20%, and then the corn yields were my corn yields weren't great. I mean, I'm gonna make a go of it. It's just not gonna be. I'm not gonna be spending any money other than we're building a house and just build a pole barn. I don't really need people to see that kind of stuff. So, but the reason I wanted to make a video today was my most popular videos are my repair videos, and I've been working on this old JLG for my neighbor. I like doing this I'm a controls guy. I like controls. So that's why it was brought over, but it turns out there was nothing wrong with the actual controls. Let me turn this around. Hold on a second. There's nothing, the controls, the electrical part, everything worked, except for, they put a different engine in it at one time, and I gotta get all that stuff wired up, but nothing, it wouldn't run, the engine wouldn't run. We had to work on that. My son helped me with that. It was plugged up, the air mixture thing was plugged, and it runs good now. Cylinders are leaking. There's another cylinder leaking underneath here. It wasn't leaking before. We got to take that off. We rebuilt this one. That one there's going to need this one here. They call that the articulate cylinder. I don't know why, but it wasn't. Nothing was working, and these valves were all stuck because he put like a sealant stuff in the oil, and the oil was nasty. But I kept working stuff back and forth and moving the valves back and forth, and I got everything working. It even started moving, and it wasn't building any pressure at first. He put the gauge on here, the book says, and it wasn't building any pressure, and I blocked off the return line down here going to, because that's coming off of this pressure relief. This is your bypass valve. And I started getting pressure, started work. Everything worked, and it would move. But the next problem was it would not go up a ramp, or if you got it in, and it was like that for a long time. Where'd he go? Where'd Sawyer go? Darn it, I gotta go find him. It wouldn't go up a ramp, and I kind of looking, and there's these switches up here. There was this one switch here that's called wheel motor speed. It wasn't doing anything. So I finally decided I thought that was the problem after checking all kinds of other pressure settings and blah, blah, blah. And sure enough, that was the problem. There's a valve underneath here, underneath the axle. These are 2-speed motors. And long story short, that valve was working, but the return line that bleeds the pressure, you pressurize the port and pressurize that port, and that puts it in the low speed gearbox. I gotta find that dog. And long story short, the return line that relieves the pressure so it can go into low speed was plugged. And there's an orifice here, and I don't have any air coming through this hole, and I don't know how it's supposed to work. I don't know why nothing comes through it either way. So I want to drill a little hole. I don't know if it's plugged up or whatever, but that's what I got. I gotta go find this dog. Hold on. So like I was saying, this thing doesn't, I found the dog. He was just back here at the barn. This thing I don't even see a hole. And I tried blowing air through it both ways. So I'm just gonna bypass it. You can take it out. This will thread right in where that was. I'm gonna try that. I'll show you underneath here, just in case anybody ever has this trouble. So it's pilot operated. It's a pilot operated 2 speeds. See, this This is the 2-speed. This, when you energize this circuit with oil, it puts it in high speed. And so when you want to go low speed, you flip that switch. There's a valve underneath here. This valve, it takes, it's supposed to relieve the pressure. Well, it was shifting, but it was not relieving the pressure. So all I'd have to do, I would crack this line and relieve the pressure, and it would go into low speed. So I'm going to try to hook it up without that in there. So that little orifice there that it was plugged, I don't know, it was supposed to be a real tiny hole. I used the smallest drill bit I could find and drilled it out, and I don't know why it was like that. The engine's kind of running. It wasn't running enough fluid, but now it works like it's supposed to. It's hard to do this and hold the camera at the same time, but if I turn this, I'm in low speed right now. If I flip it up at a high speed, it goes out, down, low speed. It hasn't worked in I don't know how long, or ever. It works now. Everything works. I gotta get this, ordered a new switch, even though I got that working. I ordered a new one. The engine, I gotta hook up all the controls. But I'm gonna try it up and down the hill.